Hi, my name is Anna Gonzalez from 6th period, and my prompt was, is space exploration worth the cost? And I would argue that it is, and here is why. This was my thesis. Though many people believe that we should defund space exploration because it is a waste of money and unethical, ultimately this idea is wrong because of the net positive space exploration has brought to modern regular society. For my first claim and evidence, I would argue that modern space exploration has led to some of the most important knowledge and better understanding on Earth. The Cassini-Huygens was a space probe that was sent out to observe Saturn's planetary system. The Cassini was a camera, and it was what took the Huygens to Saturn, and the Huygens was a lander that would land on Titan, which is a Saturn moon, and observe what it could. The Cassini took pictures and was able to observe Saturn's northern hexagon, which was very active, and learning more about it led us to understanding that Saturn has seasons, and those seasons occur because of its axial tilt, leading us to understand more things about ourselves, that the Earth must orbit at an axial tilt. Additionally, Cassini found that the moon Enceladus was a contender for life creation because it's an ice moon and it has active geysers. Because of this, scientists decided to kill the Cassini even after nearly 20 years of orbiting Saturn because they did not want to contaminate the potential life that might exist on Enceladus. It changed our perspective of organizing missions to explore and research other spatial systems because we began to think, what can we learn from these missions for our own gain for the Earth? How can we apply these things to the Earth? The learning of how our weather works and using these methods that we used on Saturn for ourselves could also help a lot with agriculture, and in general, just for predicting weather is really helpful for people. Additionally, the decision from NASA and ESA to stop the mission completely once they found potential life on Enceladus is very wise because it was a very hard work effort to bring the satellite to that place, and to completely stop it shows that they care about the ethics that are brought upon missions like these. For my second claim and evidence, I would argue that the observation of hazardous and toxic ecosystems has led us to be more compassionate with protecting the Earth. Going back to the Cassini-Huygens mission, the Huygens was, as soon as it entered Titan's toxic atmosphere, it was completely destroyed, but it was able to contain some data. Additionally, through this, we also wanted to explore Venus, and Venus has a very greenhouse gas-like atmosphere. It is the most toxic of all the terrestrial planets. Yeah. Additionally, this all leads back to each other because Venus and Titan have been called sisters of the Earth and very similar to the Earth, so it leads this entire gateway into the fear that we might become Venus and Titan. It has brought spotlight to climate change issues, and it has forced us to think critically of our harmful activities that we are doing on Earth that could lead us to having a greenhouse gas-like atmosphere like Venus, or having contaminated rivers like Titan. Additionally, we found other planets like exoplanets, super-Earths, that are made completely of water and are uninhabitable. And this could be a potential future that we have if we don't take care of our ice caps. People would argue that space exploration is a waste of money, of resources, and time. Additionally, that there are bigger issues that we need to focus all of our time on, like genocides, climate change, and politics. And another section would say that space exploration supports space colonization for the wealthy. An important way to argue against these, even though they are all valid in their own aspects. Pessimism often forgets the positive from everything that we've gained from space missions and space research. Just because all of these terrible things are happening does not mean that we need to belittle space exploration or belittle these problems that are happening either. They are both very important and they can exist together. They can coexist and they can bring one another up. For example, space research helps climate change awareness. It does not bring it down, it helps it. And additionally, ethical science is made to put the public first, and it's made to put the working class and the poor people, like, it is meant for everyone. It is not meant just for the wealthy. Ethical scientists are the ones who care for this planet and they don't want to leave it. The majority does not want to leave. They want to stay here and see what we can do, and astrophysicists and all of these scientists are the #1 supporters for Mother Nature. Thank you.